Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. I have an update to share about one of Trump's capital terrorists. It's time for an episode of Where Are They Now?
Matthew Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
So this case amuses me on so many levels. James Beeks was just recently arrested, and he's already pissing off the judge, which I'll explain in a minute. But first, here's the deal and why I can't stop shaking my head and laughing at this guy. If you saw Beeks' video short that I created, you know he's a 49-year-old Florida resident who became a dues-paying member of the Oath Keepers in December of 2020. Beeks is accused of conspiring with fellow Oath Keepers to disrupt the Electoral College vote certification, and prosecutors say that he's part of that first group of Oath Keepers that ascended the Capitol steps and entered the building by force. He's also accused of trying to break through a police line inside the building to gain access to a hallway that leads to the Senate. Well, this case and this man are just dripping with irony, and it just makes me laugh. So first of all, Beeks is a Black man. He's a Black actor who goes by the stage name of James T. Justice. Among other roles he's had, Beeks played the role of Judas in a stage production of Jesus Christ Superstar. He was actually on tour when he was arrested. Judas, guys, and his stage name is Justice. You really can't make this shit up. But it gets better. It gets much, much better. Because Beeks is also a Michael Jackson impersonator. And he wore a Michael Jackson World Tour jacket to the Capitol on January 6th. That's actually how they ended up identifying him in photos. Could the comedic irony get any better? Seriously, you've got a Black man who supports one of the most racist presidents in modern times, hanging out with and partnering with former cops and military members who are part of a militia group at an event filled with Confederate flags and a guy walking around in a Camp Auschwitz sweatshirt. An avowed white nationalists and white supremacists. Seriously? Oh, and let's not forget there was also a noose erected at the event. I mean, maybe he was doing some method acting is the only thing I can think of. Maybe he was really trying to get into the spirit of being Judas. I don't know. But, he really wanted to know what it felt like to live like a traitor, I guess. But then the cherry on top is the fact that he was with thousands of Q-loons who wanted to murder. One of the reasons they were there, they wanted to murder the so-called baby-eating pedophiles in the Democratic Party. And this guy is running around in a Michael Jackson jacket. A freaky Michael Jackson jacket, you guys. A jacket meant as a tribute for an alleged prolific child predator. This Beeks guy is clearly either willfully ignorant or just very confused. Anyway, like I said, he's getting on the judge's last nerve, and he's only had one hearing, and he's already pissing this judge off. So here's why. Beeks started spouting off in court. He started talking about how he had divine authority and saying that the court has no jurisdiction over him. He said, quote, "I am an American standing under public law, and I am here by special divine appearance." Yep, we've got another sovereign citizen. However, Beeks said he claims that he's not a sovereign citizen. In fact, he was insulted. He told the judge that he considers the term sovereign citizen to be an insult and an oxymoron, which it kind of is if you really think of it. He also apparently did most of the talking in court, although he rejected the idea of acting as his own defense attorney, but apparently he did most of the talking. He didn't let his attorney talk much. And Beeks told Judge Beryl Howell, quote, "I cannot represent myself because I am myself. I reserve all rights at all times and waive none ever." So Judge Howell was not amused. Let's just say she was not having any of this BS. She told him, quote, "That's all gobbledygook. I have no idea what you're saying." And then she basically told him to shut up. She said, quote, "Mr. Beeks, you should be quiet unless spoken to." So she seriously considered keeping him in jail until his trial or until they come to some sort of plea agreement, because apparently, in the eyes of the court, someone who doesn't recognize the court's authority is unlikely to follow release conditions, which makes perfect sense, right? I mean, if you think the court has no jurisdiction over you, then why are you going to do what they say? Well, in the end, for some reason, after all of this, she agreed to release him. She did say that there would be many stipulations and requirements, including he has to wear an ankle monitor, he has to abide by a curfew. Judge Howell also ordered him to report to pretrial services on Wednesday or by Wednesday at 2 p.m. As for Beeks' career, that's not going great either. After his arrest, they removed him from that cast of Jesus Christ Superstar. So the show will go on and without him, right? So womp womp and thoughts and prayers for Mr. Beeks. Anyway, guys, I'll let you know if I hear any more on this, but it's going to be another good one. All right, take care. I'll talk with you soon.